Good evening, everyone. I hope you're all good and healthy. So today we gonna start a new chapter. It is the new and the last chapter in this course, and Wednesday will be the last class. And the time was very quick, and actually, I was very glad to know you all. And for those, before I will start lecturing, I want to make some announcement concerning the quiz too. For those who missed it, anyone who missed the quiz too, there will be makeup on Wednesday, okay, at evening time. You'll be given at 19:00, which is 7 p.m. You'll be given some questions to solve. That will be the makeup of the quiz too. For those who missed it for some reasons. So there were some excuses, reasonable excuses, and you were not able to join it. Yes, the quiz will be on Moodle. The quiz will be on Moodle. We're going to have the quiz on Moodle. So on Wednesday, the coming Wednesday, which is, if it is 8th, 9th, 10th of, not Wednesday, I'm very sorry, on Thursday. Let me just correct myself. On Thursday, on 10th of, so right after the class, you're going to have the quiz makeup on Thursday, 10th of December, 7 p.m. And please, those who missed it, arrange everything carefully. The exam will start at 7 and it will end. Maybe I will give you 10 minutes for the questions. Please use your time efficiently, come on time. And the same thing I'm telling you for the exam 3, for the assessment 3, that you're going to have it in 18th of December, which is Friday. Use your timing efficiently. You will not be given any extra time. You will be given exactly in that period, okay? Use your timing very efficient. If you start late, the exam will close automatically and there will be no any makeups. There will be no any exam bonus questions. I did it just for you not to put the pressure. I really understand how tough the time is now and what difficulties you had during this period. Because of this quarantine issue, I'm trying to make as much as possible simple. But anyway, there will be 2 chapters only that you will be responsible for. One chapter before that we covered, which was government policies like price ceiling and price floor. We'll have some questions solved, and I will provide the solutions to the end of the chapter questions, which will be on Moodle. You can use them to review the questions, which are very significant contribution to the preparation of for the exam. Okay. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you don't have any questions, let me start. Okay. Starting talking about the cost of production. Cost of production, first of all, what are the costs? So the study of how the firm's decisions about the price and the quantities depends on the market conditions the industrial organization faces. So the first assumption that of any organization in an industry, it can be any types of industry, the point that the aim is to maximize the profit, to get the maximum profit from their activities. Profit is realized through total revenue minus total cost. Total revenue is derived from price times quantity. So the amount of the firm that receives from the sale of its output that it produces, and the quantity of the output of the firm that produces multiplied by the price at which the company is selling in the market. And we know the price is determined in a competitive market. The price is determined by demand and supply. Coming to the total cost, the definition of the total cost can be viewed as market value of the inputs the firm uses to produce something. In roughly speaking, labor that you're using is the input, wages you pay for the labors. Raw materials that you're using, it's an input for to produce something. So the market value of the all inputs a firm uses to produce an output. This is called a total cost. So what are the costs? Example, one of them as opportunity cost. Everybody is already familiar with what is the opportunity cost. Is the cost of something that you give up to get the best thing that you really value mostly. Firm's cost of production includes opportunity cost, cost of making of its output of goods and services. So mainly the cost, the total cost is divided into two, explicit cost and implicit cost. When it comes to explicit cost, is the input cost that requires an outlay of the money, which is measured by monetarily, like paying the wages, buying the raw materials to produce the final product. Implicit cost, the cost that cannot be measured directly, that input costs that do not require an outlay of the money by the firm. And basically, this type of cost is ignored by the accountant. So example of the implicit cost is that if you have, let's say, $10,000 or $100,000, let me type it here, 100,000 bucks, to produce something, to pay the wages, to pay for the raw materials, to get final good products to produce. Let's say you want to produce the bread, okay, you're establishing the bakery. However, you could have invested this $100,000 in Kaspi Bank, that could pay you interest of, let's say, 5% annually. So your opportunity cost in here, opportunity cost of establishing a bakery, establishing a company, is for giving up 5% of the interest that you could have earned if you invested in a Kaspi Bank. So your opportunity cost is 5%. However, this opportunity cost is not measured in, what do you call it, by accountants. So explicitly, it cannot be shown. Basically, total cost is the summation of explicit cost and implicit cost. So the cost of financial capital as an opportunity cost is implicit cost or interest income, which is not earned on the financial capital, which is owned as saving and investing in the business, that example that I gave you. So economic profit and accounting profit, there are two profits. They're differentiating from each other in the following way. Economic profit is the total revenue minus total costs, and the total costs include both explicit and implicit costs. When it comes to accounting profit, it is a total revenue minus total explicit cost. What you can see in here, implicit cost is excluded. So usually it is larger than economic profit, because in economic profit, the implicit cost is included. This is shown in a graphically here. On the left-hand side, as you can see, how the economists they view the firm and how they come to the view of the firm. So the revenue is the same. However, the profit from economic point of view is lower than from accounting view, because in accounting perspectives, we don't have any implicit cost. They just measure everything monetarily. Okay, coming to the production function, production and cost. Production function is the relationship between the quantity of the inputs used to produce a good and the quantity of the output of that good produced. So as the production increases, the production function gets flatter. And the marginal product is the increase in the output that comes from an additional unit of increase in input. And the slope of the production function, it is called as marginal product. So we are given the table in here, the number of the workers and quantity produced with the worker. With the 0 worker, you produce 0 output. The cost of factory is $30, which is fixed cost, and the cost of workers is the variable cost. Okay, fixed cost is the fixed. It doesn't matter whether you produce or don't produce, you have to pay. For example, you're renting the building, and the price of the building is $30,000 per month. You have to pay this $30,000 in any matter. It doesn't matter how much quantity you produce, or less or more, you have to pay this fixed amount. But the number of the workers cost will change because it's a variable cost. As more workers you are using, the more costs in terms of variable will increase. So what you can see here, that as the number of the worker increases, the quantity produced increases. If you hire 4 workers, the number of quantity that you produce of output is increased by 140. And the marginal product is that increasing by 1 unit, increasing by 1 labor, that will increase your production by 50. This is we call a marginal product for labor. If you increase from second to the third labor by 1 labor, your marginal product will be, in this case, from 90 to 120. The difference is 30. So your marginal product is 100. So marginal product is 30. If your labor increases from 5th to the 6th labor, so before you had 5 laborers hired and now you hired additional 1 labor, your marginal product will be 5. As you can see, the marginal product is decreasing as you increase the number of the workers. It has a decreasing order. So decreasing of marginal product, in other words, we call it as diminishing marginal product. Diminishing means it's decreasing. So marginal product of an input declines as the quantity of input increases. The production function gets flatter, more inputs are being used. So the slope of the production function at the end decreases, and the slope of the production function is the marginal product. So the relationship between the quantity produced and the total cost. As the amount of the production increases, the total cost curve gets steeper. So we'll see it in the diagram, how it works. So first, there are many reasons for that. The first reason is there is a diminishing marginal product. As we said, as the number of the worker increases, as the number of the input increases, the production change goes down. The marginal product goes down. This is called a diminishing marginal product. Producing 1 additional unit of output requires a lot of additional units of inputs. So it's kind of costly. So this is production function, number of the workers, and quantity, and the total cost, okay? The more you produce, okay? Look, the production function is how much quantity you produce using the number of workers. Before the flatter, look, it gets flatter in here in a horizontal way as you start producing more and more, which means that the more you produce, the less changes in production you will have it. So it will not be reasonable to produce as much as you want. So let me give you an example. You have a factory, okay? That factory has 2 machines, okay? And if you use this machine, both of the machines, like 1 worker can work in each machine. Okay. So 2 machines, 2 workers can be hired. If you use full capacity of this, the maximum you can produce in 24 hours, let's say 100 units. This means that this is the maximum capacity. So this is the point that you could reach it here, okay? So there's nothing more you can produce it. If you continue increasing the labors, if you add one more labor here next to it, this will not increase the quantity of production. However, total cost will go upper. The total cost will be more and more because fixed cost is fixed, but the variable cost, the salary that you pay, you will still pay and pay to this guy. So which means that increasing the number of the workers does not make you efficient. So to be in efficient way, you have to increase the labors until some point where your machines are used in a full capacity. So this is what it said, that production function will be flatter if you increase the number of the workers more and more. So you have to you will increase it, but until some point. After that point, it will be horizontal, which means the production quantity will not be increased because of capacity of the machines that you're using. And what will increase at the same time, if you increase the number of the workers, the quantity will not increase. However, the total cost will increase. As you see here, the quantity will stop here. The quantity will stop here. So further, it doesn't go. So up to this point, you shouldn't go and hire additional workers with the purpose to increase the production. So fixed cost is the cost that do not change with the quantity of output. As the example I gave you, the rent, utilities, fees that you pay. Variable costs are the cost that vary, changes with the quantity of output produced. And the total cost is the fixed cost plus variable cost. We have average fixed cost, which is fixed cost divided by the quantity of output. We have average variable cost, which is variable cost is divided by quantity of output. So we are given here example like output, total cost, fixed cost, and variable cost. Total cost is the summation of fixed cost and the variable cost. If total cost in when output is 6, you can see that 7.8, which means that $3 of fixed cost plus $4 of $4.8 of the variable cost in summation will give you $7.8 total cost. And average fixed cost is fixed cost divided by the quantity, which is $3 by 6, and average variable cost 0.80 divided by 6. Sorry, 4.80 divided by 6 will give you 0.8, and the total cost is average fixed cost and average variable cost will give you the average total cost. And the marginal total cost is as you increase the output by 1, how your average total cost changes, by how much. It was 3, then it becomes 3.30, then it becomes 3.80, by how much it changes by increasing additional output. This is what we call a marginal cost. So this is total cost curve. Here the quantity produced on horizontal axis is from the first column in the table 2 that we had it before. And total costs on the vertical axis, as we can see, is from the second column as the figure as in 2. So total cost curve gets steeper as the quantity output increases because of the diminishing marginal product, which means, again, increasing the number of the labor does not mean that you will forever increase the production. So you will increase the production, but up to some level, up to it reaches its maximum capacity of production. So average total cost is total cost divided by quantity of output. So average total cost is total cost divided by the quantity, which is abbreviated as HCC or TC divided by Q. And the cost of typical unit of output is total cost divided by evenly over all of the units produced. So at the end of the chapter, we'll have the questions to solve. Still, I'm telling you, I'm going to provide the solution. I'm going to provide the solution to these questions, which will be uploaded to the Moodle. I will strongly recommend you to go and solve these questions, because in the exam, as you realized, the questions will not come from the test bank that you could or you can that you already found it in the internet. So I'm changing the questions. So you have to be very careful. You have to know how to solve it. The question will be totally different, even though they might seem similar. So be careful about this. In the bonus question quiz, I decided to give you from the test bank. I said I should give you a kind of bonus to make you to get a highest mark. But in the exam, please, you have to know how to calculate this average total cost, the total cost using the explicit and implicit cost. So all the questions at the end of the chapter are given. Try to solve them before Friday. We've got a lot of time. Get in touch with me through the WhatsApp, through the email, get arrangement, ask the questions. I will be very happy to help you to answer your questions before the exam. But do not leave everything to the last moment, like one day before the exam. Marginal cost is the increase in the total cost that comes from an extra unit of production. And it is shown like change in total cost over the change in quantity. So increase in total cost comes from the producing an additional unit of output. So increasing the marginal cost curve because of diminished marginal product, it's a U-shaped. We'll have a bit later. So average total cost is equal to average variable cost plus average fixed cost. Average fixed cost is always declines as output increases because it's a fixed. Once you increase the number of the units produced, that reduces the cost of the fixed. And variable cost typically increases upward sloping curve. So at the bottom of the U shape, at the quantity that minimize the average total cost. So we'll have it here. So there's the efficient scale, which is quantity of output where it minimizes its average total cost. It gets its minimum level. So the best point that the firm could reach in their activities in any business is to reach the minimum cost and maximum profit. And the minimum, it is where the output, it minimizes its average total cost. So when the marginal cost is less than average total cost is falling. When the marginal cost is more than average total cost is going up. However, when the marginal cost curve intersects with the average total cost, it is the point where the firm, it reaches its minimum point. Here we go. One more time. Average total, look, average fixed cost is always declining, you see, as the number of the output produced. However, average variable cost, it has an upward sloping period, but we are concerned about the average total cost. We are concerned about the average total cost here. Okay, we are concerned. So in this figure, we can see that average total cost, average fixed cost, average variable cost, and marginal cost. If our job, if we want to talk, if we are company, we want to earn as much as possible in terms of profit, in terms of money, and we want to have less cost, then we should have some point. And that point will be when the marginal cost is intersecting with the average total cost. It is the point where the average total cost is minimized, okay? Is minimized. So up to this point, you will be in the best position. So this means that you should not produce more than 5 units. More than 5 units, okay? If you start producing more than 5 units, your average total cost will start rising after that cost. So when the marginal cost is here, this line, when the marginal cost is below than average total cost, then this means that your total cost, your average total cost is falling down. So you are going in the right way. If your marginal cost, this is the line, is above your average total cost, which is greater than your average total cost, then you're not in the right way. That means your average total cost is increasing. So what could decision you can make in here? The decision you should take in the following way. If you know that your marginal cost is greater than, this is the case, then average total cost, if marginal cost, this, is greater than average total cost, so which, I mean, this line is greater than this. So that means producing any extra production output, that will increase your cost. So that means that you have to stop or you have to reduce the output in order to get the benefit of minimized cost. Otherwise, you will incur more cost and eventually that will bring less profit. If your marginal cost is below your average total cost, that gives you a sign that you should increase your production, because increasing production will lead to less cost. It will lower your cost. It will get you to the minimum costs. And that eventually will increase your production. Sorry, the profit. So eventually the marginal cost goes up with the quantity of output. Average total curve, cost curve is a U-shape, and at the bottom line of the average total cost curve is intersecting with the marginal cost curve. And this will be the minimum of the average total cost. So this is the point, okay? This is the point that you're dreaming about. If you start any business, okay, this is the point that you're dreaming about. This is the point that you're dreaming about. So as a result, they have a cost curves shaped like those in the figure, which was above, and notice that marginal cost and average cost for fall while before they're starting to rise. So many decisions that could be taken. First of all, fixed in the short run and variable in the long run. So firms with a greater flexibility in the long run cost curves, they differ from short cost curves, which is flatter than short cost curves. And short run cost curves, they lie on or above the long run cost curves, which will be shown in the next graphic here. This average total cost curve. This is average total cost curve with the medium factor and with the large factor, okay? So this is in long run. So what you can see, this is the U shape, has got of average total cost curve. So it shows the phases of development of the factory. Average total cost in the short run with a small factory, it has economic of scale, which means that more output, less input, more output. So increasing the output, that will reduce the cost, okay? Constant return to scale, which means that input and output will be the same. So increasing the input will increase your output in the same way. So it's regardless, okay? Average total cost with the medium factory. And this is the average total cost with a large factory. In this point, you should not start increasing the quantity, because that case will create a diseconomy of scale. That will produce more, that will require more input, but less output. So this is not the good way. So this is the decision that you should make it, okay? In this case, when you're large factory in the long run, you should not rush to increase the quantity. All your decisions should be based, what do you call it, related to the diagrams that we have it here. Try to see the marginal cost interaction. So the best point is the bottom line. So economy of scale in the long run, average total cost falls as the quantity output increases. That will increase, that may happen because of the worker, they're getting more specialization. They're more specialized in their work. So they start to produce more output with the less input. But when it comes to the constant return to scale, long run average total cost stays the same as the quantity of the output changes. So it doesn't change that much. And these economy of scales take the place when in the long run, when the average total cost will go up as the quantity increases. And as the example I give you, in a large company factory, they have limited number of the machines, and increasing the number of the workers certainly does not mean that you will be able to increase the quantity of production. So increasing the number of the workers will really increase the average total cost in this case. So this is the kind of abbreviated form. So on Wednesday, we'll have some calculation from both chapters. I will go very quickly over all of the chapters, previous and the second, what could be done, and I will just pay which questions are taking more attention and which question you should concentrate more so that you can study more concentrated. This is all for the chapter. And on Wednesday, and most probably, I may do one more tutorial before the exam. Like I will ask you to join. If you are free, you can join. If you're not free, it's not must, like extra tutorial. It will be kind of beneficial for you. So I will be sure that you really understood everything. If you have any questions, you'll be free to ask. Maybe I will make it next week, that tutorial, like 2 days before the exam. So you can get some benefits from that tutorial. If you don't have any, if you don't have any questions, let me take the attendance. By the way, I locked the meeting. Nobody can get in now. If you say to your friends to come and get attendance, just don't try it. Asılcan is here?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Camila?
I'm here.
Anel?
I'm here.
Shevo?
I'm here.
Raylin? Rawan?
I'm here.
Saltanat? Alisher? Sonkayer?
Yes, I'm here.
Iskander?
I'm here.
Alisher?
Yeah, I'm here.
Alisher Baratov here?
Yeah, I'm here.
It's Ilyas speaking, I think, not Alisher.
He's speaking for my microphone.
I'm just sorry. I just
Open
it was
your
an
video.
accident.
I
Yes,
want
yes.
to see you together, how you're sitting. Open your video.
Yeah, we can. Do you want to switch on the camera?
Yeah,
Thomas.
please. I would be
Yeah.
very happy to see you.
Sure.
Very good. Very good. Nice to see you guys. I'm very happy. So Alisher is here. No, not this Alisher. I'm sorry. The Alisher Baratov is here. Yulia? Alan?
I'm here.
Mohammed Arshia?
I'm here.
Arnay?
I'm here.
Arat?
Here, Professor.
Ayslu? Sholpan?
I'm here.
Amina?
Here.
Ardager?
Here.
Christina?
Here.
Alina?
I'm here.
Dana?
Yes, I'm here.
Maksat?
Here.
Yelana?
Here.
Arujan?
I'm here.
Nuray,
Yes, I'm here.
Kamila Murat kızı,
Yes, I'm here, Professor.
İlyas.
Ilyas here.
Okay, okay. Es Alişer. Okay, Bekzat. Bekzat here. Canayim,
Here.
Aset.
I'm here.
Okay. Rustam,
I'm here.
Ali. Aliyar.
Here.
Okay, Farhat. Janna.
Here.
Diana.
I'm here.
Arujan. Arujan here? No. Saltanat. Camila. Tolbay.
Yes, I'm here.
Malika. Tolesh.
Hi, Professor. Here. Sultanat.
Okay, welcome Saltanat back. Okay, Shungus.
I'm here.
Ayolun.
I'm here.
Danelia. Danelia here? No, so here. Malika Yerbalat.
Here.
Janserik.
Here.
Araylın. Okay. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, stay and ask. If you don't, see you on Wednesday. Thank you so much.
See you,
Goodbye.
Professor.
Thank you. Goodbye.
See you. Take care, guys. Take care.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Do you have an activity today?
No activity.
Professor?
Finish with activities.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay. Thanks.
Wednesday.
See you. Goodbye.
Bye. Take care.
Also, thank you that you gave us bonus exam.
Okay. I'm very happy that it helped you. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you. Goodbye. Take care.
Also, Professor, if we have like 6 points on the bonus exam, it will be count.
If you get 6 points and it will be added to your exam question, how much you got? Let's say you get 5, it will be added to it. Like, okay, it will be in
Okay.
total 11. It's not the last, it's a bonus question.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Professor, may I ask one question?
Yes, Shingis.
No, individual tasks, if it's possible.
You want individual tasks?
If it's possible.
Shingis, let me, first of all, really, honestly speaking, I'm very, very busy. I have got 165 students.
Yeah, I see.
And if everybody asks me for individual task and they're asking, and it will be very difficult for me to evaluate. So let me finalize everything. Maybe I will do some curve. Maybe I will average. If average will be very, very low, I will give one more bonus questions.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Have a nice day.
You too. Bye.